This episode is brought to you by our best friends at DraftKings Sportsbook. College football is back, and it's time to enjoy the tradition, the fun, and the great offers from DraftKings Sportsbook. To celebrate the best time of the year right now, new customers can bet just $5 on any team and get $200 in free bets instantly, win or lose. If that's not enough, you can also place a same-game parlay for a shot at an even bigger payout. Just combine multiple bets into one, like which team will get the win, which team to score first, and more. DraftKings is safe, secure, and reliable. Best of all, you can deposit and withdraw your cash whenever you want. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use promo code DAN. Bet just $5 on college football and get $200 in free bets instantly. That's code DAN, only at DraftKings Sportsbook. 21 plus in most eligible states, but age varies by jurisdiction. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for terms and resources. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER in Tennessee. Call or text the Tennessee Red Line at 1-800-889-9789. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. One per new customer. Minimum $5 deposit and wager. $200 issued as 8 $25 free bets.
This is the Dan Le Batard Show with the Stugatz Podcast.
We are presented by DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app today and use code DAN for a special offer when you sign up. That's code DAN, only at DraftKings Sportsbook.
What's the most random sequel ever made?
What's the one? There's one where it's like, it barely has anything to do with the original story. Oh, Kangaroo Jack 2, Good Day USA.
No, but that wasn't a bizarre one.
Kangaroo Jack 2, Good Day USA wasn't bizarre. Mike, it was animated.
They've done that before.
No, they have not. A movie that was a hit, a live-action hit movie. We're going to make the sequel, but we're going to make it animated, and we're not going to get any of the original characters. No Jerry O'Connell, no Anthony Anderson. By the way, the man who plays Anthony Anderson's character in this movie is cartoonishly black.
What does that mean?
It means like beyond him being animated.
Like, you know when you see it?
Beyond him being animated, also, he's just over the top. I'm black, y'all.
Oh.
Yes.
I thought you meant like Bebe's Kids.
No, I mean, it is also cartoonishly black like that, you know.
So Time Cop 2, the Berlin decision.
Oh, I love a good like epilogue to the title.
Yeah, but it wasn't Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Of course it wasn't. He was too busy.
Did you know that there was a sequel to The Wicker Man?
The Wicker Woman?
The Wicker Tree. I saw that this one might take the cake. I saw that in development is R.I.P.D. 2.
Yes, saw that.
Why?
Because Zach Harper needs to suffer a little more. This is one of his least favorite movies ever, which is surprising considering how many terrible movies he likes. Like, why is R.I.P.D. the one where he draws the line?
There was another midnight run in 1994 starting the Chris McDonald, who is famously Shooter McGavin, instead of Robert De Niro.
1 a.m. run?
No, it's just another midnight run. That's the name of it. Another midnight run.
Deuce Bigelow, European Gigolo, but then Deuce Bigelow, Male Gigolo wasn't so great either, right? So,
no, here's another. Did you know that they made a sequel to Lawrence of Arabia?
No.
Lawrence After Arabia.
Oh, there you go. Attaboy. Here's a good one. Kindergarten Cop 2 with Dolph Lundgren.
That went like several years after, right?
Yeah. Son of the Mask was another. I remember that.
Yeah, that's with Jamie Kennedy, right?
Jamie Kennedy had a moment in this country, huh?
Yeah. It was largely MTV driven, right?
No,
I don't
he had a
Malibu's
show.
Most Wanted.
What was the one with the X?
The Jamie Kennedy experiment.
Yeah,
I think it was like on the WB or
CW,
something.
Yeah.
It was basically like Punked, right? Or like
Yeah.
Impractical Jokers or whatever.
It was very similar to the Andy Dick moment in America.
Now that's different because people actually thought Jamie Kennedy was funny. Like he was in Scream, he had a bunch of stuff that was building as like a character actor, and it's like, oh, let's give this guy a shot as the lead. You know, either in like movies like Malibu's Most Wanted or on this television program. Andy Dick was always like, look at this quirky, weird guy, he'll do anything. No one has ever looked at Andy Dick as a leading man, despite his great cameo in Zookeeper.
I really liked the Andy Dick show.
Did
on
you?
MTV.
Oh.
It doesn't
really
feel like he's just been a moment, though, right? Like, it feels like every couple of years flares up and he's back doing something, and then gone again and then back.
I remember the one scene in the Andy Dick show where he was trying to get a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. It just kind of reminded me of like how into publicity he was.
Did he get it? He probably could.
Probably now, I would imagine.
I think, and I could be wrong because I think we looked this up to see if we could get Boppy one once. I think all you need to do to get a star in the Hollywood Walk of Fame is you need like 2 referral letters or something from people that have them, and then pay like
Money.
$30,000, and then like you get one. I obviously you have like a board that like says yes or no, but
Like Dan could be on the Hollywood Walk of Fame for sure.
The internet says
Poppy
here that
for
there
sure.
are 2,727 stars on the Hollywood Walk
too
of Fame.
many.
By the way,
That actually seems like too small.
I can't even name that many
Really?
stars.
it's spread all over, and it's all the grossest part of Hollywood. Like every single one has various bodily fluid stains on it. It's
Gross. I mean, the area itself is completely unnoteworthy.
which is kind of crazy. Like LA, this is such a big tourist trap. Clean it up a little bit.
Right. It should be well preserved. It should be an area that a lot of people want to go to. Like that and Times Square are probably the areas that are the biggest like wasted opportunities in terms of places actually being good.
No. At Times Square, they do it right. Times Square is clean. Times Square is like 8 billion cops everywhere. Times Square, like they closed off the street. They put those chairs there on Broadway. Times Square, they fixed it up. Hollywood, dangerous as hell. People get shot every single day there on that. Not like in Hollywood in general. I'm talking about that actual strip right there. It is gross. Mike, Men in Black 3 or Men in Black International? Which one was worse?
I don't. Oh wait, no, I did see Men in Black 3.
Mm-hmm.
That one was really bad. I never even worked up the desire to watch Men in Black International.
I did. It was pretty bad. I'm still mad that Linda Fiorentino never found her way into any of the sequels.
Yeah,
Because they set it up at the end and then she just never came
to
back.
age in Hollywood.
So I think the reason there's so many is because there's people with so many stars. Like
What?
Gene Autry has 5 stars
No, he
on the
doesn't.
Hollywood Walk of Fame. I don't know.
Is it the same Gene Autry?
He's the only one with
Yeah.
5. Bob Hope has 4. Mickey Rooney has 4. Roy Rogers has 4. Because I guess it's for different categories. So Bing Crosby has 3. Sinatra has 3. But why can't you just like have a star?
it seems based on the list of stars on the Hollywood Walk of Fame that you get in for different categories. So Gene Autry is in for motion pictures, radio, recording, television, and live performance.
Radio and recording, get out of here. Get over yourself. You're
I
the
feel
same
like
thing.
Hold on
I
a
feel like
second.
the radio section of the Hollywood Walk of Fame is probably closed now. You can't get in if you're just a radio personality. Like maybe
Dan can't get in?
Like Ryan Seacrest.
He had HQ.
Like Ryan Seacrest probably is the last radio personality that can get in.
No.
Howard Stern.
Elvis Duran,
Elvis Duran,
Yeah,
maybe.
it's a fair shout.
Casey Kasem.
We
Oh,
we don't make radio personalities like that anymore, do we?
When do you think there's going to be like
podcasts now,
the
Woody.
TikTok section of the Hollywood Walk of
that-
Fame?
that can't be too far away.
You should just have a star on your wiki page now. No one goes to the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Give me that little star when I
Actually,
go
a
to
lot of people
A
do.
lot of
A lot of
people
people go to the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
You know the worst part about the Hollywood Walk of Fame is you're walking there.
Well, the murders you just said.
Well, no, the second worst part then is you're walking down there, and then there would be someone dressed in a very gross, like Spider-Man outfit or like a Batman, and he's got like a
Also
gut
like
and stuff.
Times Square.
And then they try to like accost you to take a picture with them. I'm like, do not touch me. Don't touch me with those gross, grubby hands of yours.
And then they try to charge you for it.
Yes, that's the whole point.
Scam.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not. The scam is you're not just anything like Spider-Man. You're just wearing a red sweater with blue pants.
Elvis Duran has a star also. Kenan Thompson just got a star recently.
Oh.
What a career for Kenan
Maybe I'm
Thompson,
back in
huh?
on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
You're not a Kenan fan?
Not at all.
Really?
Not funny.
Pierre Escargot?
None of it is funny.
He does kind
Wow.
of have one note.
None of it is funny.
But you're like a little, no offense, you're a little too old for like the
No,
Kenan.
all
and
that.
Kel.
All
Kenan
that
Kel.
and Kenan and Kel.
I was the one that bet on Kel. I was like, Kel's going for it.
You know, but no, I don't.
So you're
look,
just bitter that you
no,
picked
no,
the
no,
wrong one.
no. I don't think at the time. I don't think that you would have been the only one that was
Kel was
betting.
carrying
Kel.
that show.
Kel was
I
the
also backed
star.
Kel.
Kel was. I believe he ran into like he had some problem, like the Hollywood type problems, and then he had to, find Jesus or something, and now he's like,
Did he?
yeah, like
Where was he?
No, it was Jesus or Kel.
Either. Kel was in Mystery Men, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
I feel like Kel had like a thing a couple years ago where he like came back and was like, "Whoa, is Kel gonna be back?" I was like, "No, just Keenan."
I got in trouble when I was little for watching. There was a Keenan and Kel scary Halloween special. And I was watching it when there was some family friend who was at our house that was too young to watch it. And it wasn't actually scary, right? Because it was on Nickelodeon. It was for children.
Are You Afraid of the Dark was scary as hell.
Well,
though.
I got in trouble for watching this fake scary show in front of this little kid. Maybe this is why I hate it.
Traces back.
And I was like, this isn't even scary. Because I was scared of everything too. Did you guys ever have like something you saw when you were little that scarred you? Like you were too young to watch it? Because I had one when I was in 5th grade, and that ruined scary movies for me for the rest of my life.
What was yours?
I saw I Know What You Did Last Summer when I was way too young to see I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Why would how would that even happen?
I was at a family friend's house, and they were too old to be watching. Like I was too young to be watching it with them. They were older than me.
Oh, God.
And it was terrifying.
Rosemary's Baby for me.
And Exorcist.
That's a scary
I was
one.
37 years old.
I was thinking that was going to be on your list from yesterday.
You're older than 37?
No, I like that bit. I like it when it's done well. I don't like it when it's obviously coming. Right? Like when he's like, oh, I was sobbing. I had to have the snot wiped from me. I was 42 years old. Like, okay. Like we know, like as he's building it up, but sometimes it'll happen when he's telling a legitimate story. And then, like, there'll be a pause, and they'll say...
It's like a lot of pot shots at Dan when he ain't here.
No, it's smart. I mean, it's smart that you're doing it now, because he probably won't listen back to these
absolutely
shows.
won't listen back.
If you do it the day before he comes back, he will probably, catch a snippet here or there. But you're smart. It stayed off social media. He probably won't find out
And it'll
about
get
it.
buried in Reddit because there's like 2 more shows still.
Reddit, they put me on their shoulders, and like I felt like Rudy at the end of Rudy.
There wasn't all that in 2020.
Yeah, they tried to bring it back.
And then they failed right away.
The Mummy with Tom Cruise. Does that count as a
File.
sequel? No, terrible.
File.
I was
Wait,
so.
Tom Cruise Mummy?
Oh
Yeah.
my God!
Yeah.
No, don't
They
listen
were-
to him.
they were
Terrible.
I've
setting
only
up-
seen the original
So
Mummy.
this is when all the studios got wise to franchises where it's at, let's build a universe.
Oh, this is the one that got canceled,
the
right?
Monsterverse.
No, it didn't get
Well, not
canceled.
canceled,
It came
but-
out.
No. But the only movie that came out from the Monsterverse was The Mummy.
And it was terrible. And they canceled all the rest
midway
of them.
through, like Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde are here. Hey! I was like, come on, what are we doing here?
Oh yeah, Russell Crowe was there.
Yeah, it
I
was
remember there
awful.
was a really awkward press photo they put out of all the bad guys
Yeah, it
together.
was like
and it
Johnny
was
Depp.
photoshopped really weird.
Johnny Depp, like Javier Bardem, I think was one of them. I also think like not just because The Mummy was a very big disappointment, but also because what happened with Johnny Depp, and that kind of just halted all their Monsterverse plans. It was a weird ending to The Mummy too, where Tom Cruise went from hero to becoming the Mummy himself.
Yes.
The Monsterverse.
Spoiler alert.
I mean, the Monsterverse has been canceled, so. But the Monsterverse was going to be around. It was like the Avengers for old Universal monsters.
Like Wolfman and
Yeah, Tom Cruise was the lead monster.
I have a question because like I was changing through. Well, I guess not changing through the channels. I was like on Peacock or something, and I was like, I've never seen The Mummy. I've been on the ride at Universal Studios.
The Brendan Fraser Mummy? You've never seen that one?
Never seen it.
It's so. I mean, it probably doesn't hold up well, but it was so good like
At the
20
time.
years ago.
Well, so
the
like the
time it
ride
was
is
good.
great. So I'm like, I've never seen it. There's I think The Mummy 2, there's
yeah.
Scorpion King, and then they brought it back with like Tom Cruise. I'm like, I should probably get into this.
There was also a Mummy with Jet Li.
Really?
Yeah, where
That was
Jet
the one in China,
third one,
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jet Li had a moment.
he did.
Tomb of the Dragon Emperor or
Jet
something
Li,
like that.
I believe Jet Li fell very ill.
I mean, Jet Li, by the time he
forced him to
crossed
retire.
over like
Yeah.
many Asian box office
He was
stars,
older already.
He was already older,
He
like
was in
Jackie
that
Chan.
Lethal
and like,
he was a baddie in Lethal Weapon.
3. Yep. Goosebumps, man. I remember the first
It
time
was
I saw
4.
Jet Li.
Lethal Weapon 4.
Oh,
That was the one
4?
with Chris Rock.
With Chris Rock, that's right.
Yeah, where they were trying to set the table for
Yeah.
more Lethal Weapons, and it just didn't happen. Yeah, Jet Li did have a moment. Romeo Must Die.
Oh, yeah.
File.
Wow, absolutely.
Great soundtrack.
DMX
Jet-
ass off.
Jess, you mentioned movies that age poorly, and we were talking about Jamie Kennedy earlier, and I said to Billy, I think Malibu's Most Wanted aged poorly by the time it was finished shooting. Like, it is the movie with the quickest shelf life.
what is it about?
It's about like privileged white kids that listen to rap, and so they act urban. And then his father, trying to scare him straight, hires like two thugs when they're just Hollywood actors to
That is
bully him or something.
my least favorite genre in film is suck up white guy that all of a sudden gets introduced to black culture.
Yeah.
It's very rarely ever been done well. Like Bringing Down the House to me is like one of the worst things I've ever seen.
But it's not like they made Bringing Down the House or what was the other Malibu's Most Wanted thinking like this is gonna win awards. It's like let's just capitalize and make money.
Yeah, and it did. It got $164 million at the box office.
Wow. Which one?
Bringing Down the House.
Man, the power of Steve Martin and Queen Latifah.
Yeah, Steve Martin also.
Yeah,
Queen Latifah had like a big like
also.
moment too, right? Wasn't like that around the time of Taxi or whatever that came out?
Oh, Taxi File. Did it on Cinephobe.
Really?
The greatest opening scene in the history of cinema. You know what I'm talking about, Billy? With the bike?
How did it start?
It's like a bicycle messenger or a mysterious. We don't know because there's a helmet. We don't see this bicycle messenger is jumping over obstacles and bouncing off of things and riding through the subway and like across the bridge. And I believe Crazy in Love is the song that's playing. And then like the bicycle messenger who just biked from like Chelsea Piers in Manhattan all the way to Red Hook, Brooklyn.
I'm assuming that's far.
Very
far.
Yeah.
And like
Nice greenway, though.
skids into a.
You can ride on the Brooklyn Bridge now without foot traffic.
Nah.
Wasn't Giselle in that movie too? Wasn't she like the
Yes, she
villain or
was.
something? Or am I
Giselle,
remembering that wrong?
yes, Giselle was the leader of a gang of sexy Brazilian bank robbers. They
Oh.
get foiled.
Wow,
But
they were
anyways,
Brazilian?
They were Brazilian. They were speaking the
Cliche.
Portuguese. So, but anyway, the bicycle rider skids into a warehouse. Someone's got like a timer. It's like 12 minutes, a new record. I'm like, what? And then the helmet is revealed. It's Queen Latifah. It's File. I strongly urge everyone to
It's
watch
worth
the movie.
a rewatch.
If it's not worth a rewatch, it's definitely worth a listen to Cinephobe, the podcast where Zach Harper and I watch movies that are poorly rated on Rotten Tomatoes and try to ascertain whether they're accurately poorly rated or maybe, just maybe, they didn't get a fair shake. That's Cinephobe. It's produced by Anthony Mage. You get it wherever you get podcasts, right here on the Le Batard and Friends Network. And this month we're doing Denzel month. Damn, let me get the. Yeah, we're doing Denzel month this month. We got one last one that comes out tomorrow featuring Juju Gotti as our special guest.
Can I bring up a minor bone to pick with you about Cinephile?
I don't. Well, you
Cinephobe,
can
whatever.
as many bones as you want with Cinephile. Let me know.
So Cinephobe. Well, yeah, I haven't been on it, but also Cinephobe sometimes is longer than the actual movie. So it's like I could just watch the movie.
Well, there's two things. One, very rare. It happens, but very rare.
Not really.
No, very rare that we're going shorter than the movie.
Oh, yeah.
You
Okay.
cut
More
me
like
off
regularly, yes.
Yeah.
You cut me off there. But the other thing is, the idea isn't that this is going to be a digest or a quicker than the movie. The idea is that the movie sucked, but you don't have to sit through something that sucks. You could sit through something that's funny and engaging and reminds you of other things and references and stuff like that. The other thing is, Cinephobe was not meant to be consumed. I hate when people say, it's too long. Like, I didn't ask you to sit there for 2 hours and listen to it. Like, you listen to it while you're in your car. You listen to it in the shower, like Witty. You listen to it while you're working out. That's how you do it. A little bit here, a little bit there. Next thing you know, the week is over. A new episode has arrived, and now you're ready to start another one.
I like that explanation.
I think it's funner to listen to people shit on movies than it is to watch the movies most of the time, especially if they're not very good. Like, there's another movie podcast. I won't say the name because if it's not on our network, but they make fun of movies from a feminist lens. And it's very, very funny. And I would rather just, a lot of the movies I've never seen before, they're all like 90s flicks for the most part. I would rather just listen to them rip apart this movie than actually sit down and have to focus on watching a movie that I know is going to suck.
By the way, making fun of things is like how I overcompensated for getting through scary movies. So like I wouldn't be super scared. I would just laugh like, this is so bad. Like I remember, I think it was like The Exorcism of Emily Rose or something. Like when
That
it
movie
saw like
scared me.
in theater,
I
and
saw
I'm like,
it in theaters, too.
and I'm like, oh my god, I hope I don't pee myself in this movie.
Dude, that
theater.
scene where she's like holding the barbed wire and just like turning.
Was that the one like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1,
Yeah, and she does the same. She kind of does this.
relax.
Wow.
Get a priest in here already. We need to
She-
exercise
what
this
was-
woman.
She kind
What
of
was
does
the
the
joke?
same voice in White Chicks when she goes like Tina the Talking Tummy.
Never seen White Chicks.
What?
Never seen
Oh
White
my God. File. That was one of the early Cinephobe movies.
Wait, a mean file on White Chicks?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
You know it's a
Yeah, I
remake
would-
of...
That's another movie that aged poorly by the end of its shooting.
No.
That
See,
turns the genre that I hate the least on its
Upside
head.
down.
And it immediately
Yeah.
becomes my favorite genre.
Episode 9 of Cinephobe. That's how early it was.
Billy, to make fun of a scary movie, though, you have to like have some perspective about it. And when you're actually scared by something, you can't make fun of it. You know what I mean? Like
It was overcompensation. Like I was hiding it.
Well, that's true too. Like you always watch scary movies with people who are trying to make fun of it, but you can tell they're actually scared, and they're like, "Ha, that wouldn't really happen." Like you don't do that, but you can tell that they're terrified, and it just makes it scarier because but you're watching with are scared.
You want to know the scariest part about seeing The Exorcism of Emily Rose? I saw it at Kendall Village, which is like this theater down here, right?
You had to drive on Chrome Avenue to get there?
No. Yeah,
that would be the scariest
Your
part.
cousin's lucky that she didn't disappear in the Everglades yesterday, honestly. So
I agree.
I'm walking out of the theater. It was like a scary movie, right? I think it was out, but I don't remember. No, I didn't go to the diner. But when I walked out, and it was very late. We were probably getting out at like 1 or 2 in the morning because it was like a late movie. So you're walking in between the buildings out to the parking garages. And there was just someone standing on the top floor of the garage, like the girl from The Ring that we saw on Only in Date, just looking down on everybody with long black hair, like dressed in all dark. And like if it was probably like 5 to 7 years later, it would be like a huge thing because of like what's gone on in the movie theaters. But it was like, holy crap! Like, get me home. Like I can't go to sleep now.
Get me home tonight.
That's terrifying.
It's not? That's not how the song goes?
It's Take Me Home tonight.
Oh, whatever. Same shit.
Yeah.
Also, the show I was talking about is called The Bechdel Cast,
potato.
and they did an episode on the Da Vinci Code. Are those Cinephobe worthy, or were they super popular?
I think they were very popular. I don't think they weren't critically acclaimed because the critics were like, this is a very bad interpretation of the book, but it wasn't like 12%. It was like 52%.
The first Da Vinci Code with Tom Hanks is 25%.
Really?
Wow.
57% with the audience.
I mean, if you do a Catholic month, please have me on as a guest.
Catholic month. Actually, I'm putting that on the list.
I mean, have you ever?
What else cracks Catholic month?
Ooh, Keeping the Faith.
I mean, all the
Mel Gibson
but that was
movies.
actually too good.
Every Mel Gibson movie.
Jesus Christ Superstar.
The Passion of the Christ.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's probably too highly rated.
Yeah, too highly rated. Controversial. Too.
Have you ever? I mean, you would never do a spin-off, but have you ever thought about doing like TV shows that are like not great, but you think they are? Because there's a show that I've been watching that's like super old that I feel like you would like because I think we have similar sense of humor, but it wasn't like huge, which is The Real Husbands of Hollywood.
Oh,
have you ever seen it?
With Kevin Hart?
Oh my God, it's so great. I love that show.
If it were streaming or like on YouTube, it would have been more popular than it was.
Well, that's what I'm watching. It's streaming now, but like you have to go look for it.
Yeah, on BET Plus or some shit.
Billy, Amin and I did have an idea earlier this week, which we are going to trademark now, which is for another show on the Metal Arc Podcast Network called Telephobe, where we review television series or just episodes or seasons.
It would be an episode probably. Or a season maybe, yeah.
You know, like there's some shows that have a good run but a bad season. Like Sons of Anarchy famously has a really bad 4th season. Friday Night Lights, the 2nd season, it was during the writer's strike. It kind of fell off a cliff. There was like a weird murder plot.
Don't you dare back there.
But you can't really do the Rotten Tomatoes thing, so you kind of have to find your own like bad shit.
Season finale of The Sopranos.
A lot of people
Or
didn't like
I
it.
liked
series
it.
finale.
Finale.
I liked it.
I think history's look back on it.
I know, but what I'm saying is that at the time it got absolutely roasted, but perhaps we have to ascertain whether it got a fair shake.
Me and Jeremy were talking about this on Monday about Seinfeld, the Seinfeld finale, which I was like grown up enough for, right? I was like 19, I believe, when the Seinfeld finale happened. And I told Jeremy the craziest thing was everybody hated it, but it was actually brilliant because they worked.
Do it. It's the only way you can do it.
They worked in every conspiracy theory that people had for months about the finale. They're gonna die. The finale. They're gonna, Jerry and Elaine are gonna. Yeah, that they thought they were all gonna die. That's why they did the plane crash scene. They thought that Jerry and Elaine were gonna get back together. They did that. Like they addressed each conspiracy theory without actually committing to any of them. And then they brought back every single bit character, which is genius because the thing that people didn't understand about Seinfeld was while we love the show, we love the characters. If you knew these people in real life, they were awful people. You wouldn't want to be friends with Jerry or George or any of them. And so like
maybe Kramer.
Not dangerous
Cream of the
game.
character. Cream of the character. Yeah.
Come on, guys. What are we doing
Come on.
here?
What are you doing?
No, man, like he takes advantage of you, and like he's
weird.
These are not good friends, man. They're not good friends, and so that was the whole purpose of the episode. It's like, yeah, these people that you've loved this whole time, you've been loving awful people.
The only thing that with that, and sometimes seasons of Curb as well, is that the conceit is so hokey that it's difficult to buy in. Like the Good Samaritan law, like that's such a specific thing to make the entire conceit for your show.
No, but at the time that was a thing.
Good Samaritan laws were real.
Really?
That was a real
Yeah,
thing.
that's a thing. At the time, that was a thing.
Like it sounds crazy to us now, but back then there was a couple of incidents where literally someone was getting mugged or stabbed, and
Back
people
then,
had like a camera.
There was an expectation back in the day that people were good.
Yeah,
We don't have that anymore.
How quaint.
yeah.
No, we never had that.
But no, what are you talking about? Curb, hokey.
No, sometimes Curb is very hokey conceits. You buy like the whole season where it's like dueling coffee shops. Like it's a very hokey conceit. Now, I think they pulled that one off pretty well. But there's some seasons of Curb where you look back on it and go,
It's not hokey. The whole point is that Larry is so petty about this one little thing and he has the money and wherewithal, because that's the thing. You got to remember, Larry's still Larry David, rich as shit off of Seinfeld.
That
so.
they play that very well on the show, though. They don't let you on just how rich Larry
Yeah,
David is.
he's ridiculous.
Larry David is one of the richest people in the history of Hollywood, and yet,
TV.
right?
Sure, yeah.
I mean, like he owns a part of the most successful syndication show of all time.
Yeah.
That show makes billions of dollars
Yes.
in syndication, and they don't let you on. Like he's still kind of like quibbling about how expensive a sweater is.
He drives a Prius, or like in later seasons, like the small BMW electric car, or whatever. Like it's very subtle, but again, Larry is rich as shit. So it's very conceivable that he would be wronged by a small establishment, and rather than just like write it off.
But he would probably just make an offer to Mocha Joe to buy his coffee chain.
No,
That's not petty.
That's not
I know,
Larry.
but
His whole character is that he's just a petty, like, he just focuses on these little tiny
Curb's not
things
for
and
you.
can't let anything go.
Yeah.
No, I love Curb.
No, it's not
I'm
for
just
you.
saying, like,
No,
the
let's take a
conceit
vote. Let's take a
sometimes,
vote.
it's like,
On the poll,
even
Guillermo.
even
It's
like
Curb for Woody now, it's
even
not.
like the Fatwa season is just like, I mean, it's a decent idea, but it's like, ugh,
That
God,
one lost
like
me
it's,
to the point that
What?
I didn't care about the payoff. By
Come
the end.
on, man.
I didn't watch the last 3 episodes of it.
That was the Lin-Manuel Miranda
Yes, it was.
cameo season, right?
And
that
he
was my favorite Lin-Manuel Miranda
He plays
role,
a dick
including
so
Hamilton.
great. He plays such a dick so great.
It was perfect. And by the way, one of my favorite scenes in that now that was the first season back after the long layoff, right? The first couple episodes were rocky. I was like, I don't know. And then they got to the scene with the buffet, and he let the Iranian gentleman cut in line, and like Larry's like, come here. Who among us hasn't gone to the buffet, gone back to the seat, and come back for seconds? He should not wait in line like the rest of us. He should be able to he gives this whole passionate speech because he's trying to get out of this fatwa. I thought it was a brilliant season by the end of it. And Lin-Manuel Miranda, absolutely. He plays himself very well. A look at me, Louie.
Someone listened to the Greg Cody show with Greg Cody this week. I gave my Lin-Manuel Miranda takes on it.
What was it?
Well, I put Hamilton. I did my top 5 musicals.
Wow.
So people will go listen to it. Just give us like 5 through 3, or give us like 5, 3, and 1.
Well, I'll tell you. I'll tell you
Can't give
that
away one.
Hamilton was on my OLI.
Okay.
And Hamilton's on my OLI because I think it became so popular. First of all, I didn't
You know
listen
5
to
other
Hamilton.
things Lin-Manuel Miranda has done.
No, it's not a Lin-Manuel Miranda top 5. It's a musical top 5. Hamilton, I didn't hear. I mean, it didn't come out till I was like in my 20s, so it wasn't. I didn't have it for my whole life like the other musicals that made my top 5 list. So that's one. It doesn't have like
You don't have
a childhood connection to it like I do with. Here's a spoiler: Jesus Christ Superstar, a musical that I absolutely love. But the other thing is that like Hamilton reached like peak pop culture saturation. Tony,
At least, how did you even see that?
I don't even have a mic. What do you want me to do?
Well, there's cameras
I can tell that
everywhere
you're
and monitors.
doing shit behind me and being a
That's
jerk.
not true.
Wow, Tony.
Hamilton reached like peak pop culture saturation too quickly and became like just too ubiquitous. And so it's just like it was too much at once, and then it got a little corny.
Did you see the
You don't
motion?
say.
Did you see the motion?
It's still a
picture?
good musical though. Like the music.
Talk to me. Don't sing to me. Talk to me.
Performances are great.
Don't sing me a movie. That's
Sing me a movie.
musical.
Yeah,
Talk
do you
to me.
understand how musicals
Talk
work?
to me. No,
I
talk
love
to
that
me.
it's about New York City.
Talk to me.
I saw it in New York when I moved to New York. It was great. I had a great connection with
Yeah,
it.
no, that stuff matters. Are you mad that a musical has actually got music in it?
It's not. I'm not mad that there's musical. There's music in musicals. What I don't
I saw
like.
Bill Burr. The guy started telling jokes. What the?
Be serious, sir.
Incredible the way that things are spun out of control here. What I'm saying, and Amin backs me on this, is when I want to watch a movie, I want to hear people talk. I don't want to hear people sing.
But you know what you're getting
It's a
into.
movie.
Amin, by the way, is a fraud. He likes musicals. His favorite musical is Moana.
They talk.
Lin-Manuel
They talk,
Miranda.
yeah, they talk.
Music.
They have,
Musical.
my thing is this: I'm okay with musicals. I love many Disney movies.
Just like the occasional exposition.
Just sing me the song, and then let's get back to talking.
Okay,
Yes.
but there's some musicals that are musicals
Grease,
throughout.
Grease, thumbs up. I'll
Okay.
watch Grease 100 times.
Fair. What my favorite musical of all time is Team America, World Police.
I love that too. Hey, guess what? Grease 2. I'd watch Grease 2 before Les Mis
No,
or
Grease 2 is bad. Grease 2 is damn bad.
I know.
That's Cinephobe eligible.
File though. But I'd watch it a million times over before I watch Hamilton one more time.
No.
Yes.
No, Hamilton's
Yes.
great.
Can we all just agree we love Moana, though?
Moana's awesome.
Moana, you know, Amin knows every word.
I know. I found this out on Monday night. He was telling me all the musicals that he
Yeah.
likes.
No, he calmed my daughter down once by singing.
Moana, make way, make way. Moana, it's time you knew. The village of Montanu is all you need.
Rory duet.
I don't really know the lyrics, but
Roy, you would have killed it. You would have
Make
killed it if you just
way,
came
make
in.
way.
Consider
That's-
the coconut. Consider the trees. The island gives us what we need.
Each part of the coconut is all
Where
you
you
need.
are.
Okay, I have a question. Jess has
Where
never been
you
happier.
are.
What?
Claire has seen that movie about 100 times within 3 days.
It's a very
It's ridiculous.
It's a very pleasant and jovial song about
We make our
not
nets on the
letting
fibers.
your daughter do anything.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Just you're never
Just
you're
stay
never
ass home
leaving
and
this
enjoy
house.
it.
Yeah.
Don't walk away. Moana, stay on the ground now.
Just even the pleasant part. And no one leaves.
That's such an ungenerous interpretation, but also it's kind of true.
I have
If you think of it that way.
I have a question. I haven't seen it yet because I haven't gotten to like the movies with my daughter yet.
Yeah.
But like, so everybody here that's seen it has children, right? You,
Yes.
Jess, don't.
Dog, yeah.
So do you go to the theater like with your friends to watch these movies, or do you like watch them at home? Because like these are children's movies.
Well, Moana I saw for the first time on Netflix, so I watched that one by myself. But no, you know what? To be honest, Billy, most Disney movie musicals I have not actually seen. I know some songs from them, like I know Under the Sea, but I don't
You've
think
never
I've
seen The Little
ever
Mermaid?
seen-
You've never seen The Little Mermaid?
I don't think I've ever seen Lion King.
You've never seen a Lion
Not
King?
even
But
like
I know
on Broadway
Hakuna
or something?
Matata. I
You've never
haven't
seen
no,
Oliver and Company?
That's on my
Wow.
list that I need to see on Broadway.
Lion King?
But Jess, hang
heard
on a
it's
second.
great.
You are the age where you would have seen The Lion King as a kid.
Well, this is the problem. My sister was 3 years older than me, and she was like a freaking like child genius savant. So like by the time I was old enough, you know, to understand these movies, she was over it. She
You're
wanted
watching
to
The
watch
Exorcist
the
of
History
Emily Rose.
Channel. No, like seriously, she was watching The Mummy, and I was like 4, and that was like I probably saw The Mummy before I saw like most Disney movies. Also, for some reason, when I was really young, my favorite movie was The Santa Claus.
Oh, Tim Allen.
Yeah.
Tim Allen with a bunch of snow.
I would always ask my parents to turn on the Santa Claus, and they were like, "It's June."
You, not to be judgmental, from the stories you've told us, it sounds like you had a really bad nanny / babysitter that would let you watch all kinds of stuff.
So you
I'm saving this for therapy later,
Hold
Billy.
on.
I don't want to talk about this right now.
You didn't have
There's too much to unpack.
You didn't grow up with the joys of I'm gonna be a mighty king, so enemies beware. Well, I've never
is that
seen
Lion
a
King?
king of beasts with quite so little hair.
Okay, so
I only know like the really popular Lion King ones.
You know what happened to me the other day? So like to calm my daughter down, we were playing music and we had like a kids channel on like on Spotify, right?
Yeah.
And then the Lion King came on and it was Hakuna Matata,
Yeah.
right? But it wasn't Hakuna Matata from the Lion King movie. It was Hakuna Matata from The Lion King that was done like on NBC a couple years ago. So it was
Like
Billy Eichner and Seth Rogen singing Hakuna Matata.
No, that's not.
That's from the
motion picture. That's
There's
a live action
movie with that?
A live action.
The
one.
live
I thought it was
action one. The live action Lion King. Yeah.
the live action one is very weird to watch because animals can't emote, and they made them like real.
I remember
animals.
we did this on the show.
Yeah.
We talked about this. Yeah.
So my daughter's super into the Lion King, and she watches that one occasionally, and it's all CGI. Real animals in air quotes, I guess. Because
I thought that this was like, because remember there was like a year or two ago where it was like every 2 months it was like, we're going to put a musical on NBC and it's going to be like
They
a
did a
live
Jesus
action.
Christ Superstar one with Leslie Odom and John Legend. Yeah, John Legend.
I'm going to tell you why it wasn't that, Billy, because as you know, Lion King and Disney are ABC products, so they would never put them on NBC.
Yeah, I guess that's right. Disney got away with a lot of like, I thought that certain stories were Disney stories when they weren't.
Oh,
Disney just did their own version of the story.
This was the beauty of how copyright law
Beauty
used
and
to
the
be.
Beast remake also.
So all of those stories became public domain. And so Walt Disney was like, we're going to do, like, starting with Snow White, like, we're just going to do all these movies. But then Mickey Mouse, they kept extending so he would never be public domain.
No.
Mickey Mouse
He's
is
up.
becoming public
When?
domain.
He's up.
The Steamboat
Like,
Willie
real quick.
incarnation, because I've already run it by legal. I want to do Le Batard Show Mickey Mouse collaborations.
Oh, Greg Cody in the role he was born to play.
And I'm going to apply some pressure on our CFO because I wanted to do a Popeye Le Batard Show merch collaboration because Popeye is public domain.
Wow.
you
Does that mean we
probably-
get some sweet heat with it too?
No, but you probably have to draw your own Popeye, right? Like, it's not the actual cartoon Popeye. You have to create your own Popeye.
What I was going to do is like Dan as Bluto and just like different characters from the show in Popeye
Got
garb.
Popeye? Because Popeye was short.
Yeah.
He's a short king.
Yeah, we can do that. I don't know who Olive Oil is going to be.
The
We're kind
forearms.
of Jess.
We
you
could
have to
get
speak for
Jess
all
on
women.
some stilts like the Savannah Bananas.
Dan Le Batard.
Did you ever have a crush on a cartoon character?
Oh, can I go? This isn't my question, but I did. Jessica Rabbit. Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Yes. I think
She was married to Roger Rabbit, even though he was a bunny and she was a humanoid, but they were both cartoons.
Stugats.
I had a crush on Betty Rubble.
Oh, wow.
What?
Man,
What?
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Whoa, with a surprise nomination from Stugans showing you his dirty inner 9-year-old.
This is the Dan Le Batard Show with the Stugats.
My nanny was a psychic. She saw ghosts.
Wait, she saw
plot.
Ghost, the movie, or Ghosts?
That's a
Ghosts
movie
like
plot.
in her house.
And she told you about them?
Yes, this was my childhood.
Wow.
Look at me,
Oh, is that Yeti Blanc?
Look at me,
The best part is I know there's a full song behind that somewhere. But like for now, all we got is that little snippet.
Look at me,
I would love to do like a series of videos, Mike, where it's like people sitting around. It's like, yeah, I just came back from donating my time over at the soup kitchen. And they just, look at me, Lou.
Look at me,
Wait, Andrew Streeter sent me this on Twitter.
And
Smitty hates children.
I was trying to find
Wait.
the Smetty Hates Children one.
wait, play it again. I didn't hear it.
Smitty hates children.
Hey, I think we should go congratulate the other team. You got to break fourth one.
look at me,
I am turning my back on my Cleveland Browns fandom.
look at me,
It's got to include a breaking of the fourth wall as soon as you say it, and then a zoom in on the face.
I just can't, in good faith, support college football anymore because the labor is unpaid.
look at me,
Where's my camera? It's right here.
Oh.
I just need to go chop wood in this cabin out in the middle of nowhere that has Wi-Fi and electricity to show how much I really care.
look at me,
I was at training camp the other day.
Look at me,
So I was talking to my good friend Freddie Prinze Jr.
Look at me,
So I was on the ice during Game 6 of the Stanley Cup Final.
Look at me,
So I was reading this book.
Look at me,
I voted.
Look at me,